Joining us now, Mayor of Laredo, Texas, Dr. Victor D. Trevino. Mr. Mayor, thank you for being with us. What's your position on SB 4?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I think we are on uncharted waters. It's one thing to visit or see the border on TV and completely different to actually work and live here. We've had several discussions with other border mayors, and they have great concerns just like me because this is not a long-term solution what they're doing.
Well, give me the reality of what it's like to live on the border right now.
Well, on the border, we have great binational relationships. And we know that we pay a huge cost on arresting and imprisoning, deporting these individuals when it's typically a federal responsibility that would burden our local system. And Border Patrol agents go to an academy for this type of training, and immigration judges hear only immigration cases. Local law enforcement are busy doing what they do and what they're trained for. So these are the things that we see here, and that would be totally difficult for them to engage in this type of activity. And Mexico has already said that they will not accept deportation from local municipalities and the state of Texas. And they are stuck on the international bridges. Would they be stuck there? All the immigrants would be stuck on the bridges because Mexico would not take them. So these are really real things that we have to look at.
So you're saying that logistically speaking, this would be overburdensome for you and your officials?
Yes, definitely. And some victims that are victims of crime here that they're not legally here will be afraid to report their crimes because of fear of being deported. So that's another thing that the crime might increase because of that.
The state of Texas, the governor of Texas, is calling what's happening at the border an invasion. Would you characterize it that way?
There's different parts of the border here in our locality in Laredo, Texas. We have the least migrant crossings of all the border cities because we have a big binational collaboration. We have binational understanding, and we solve problems because we communicate and collaborate. And this is the way to do things. And I would encourage the federal governments to speak in this fashion so they could coordinate things. Immigrants are not here to cause crime or just be around. They're here to work. And that is the different. They're family units sometimes. So that's not the reality that's being perceived or portrayed by some people.
What is the solution then? I mean, Congress, at least the Senate, had a bill. Senate wouldn't vote on it. House wouldn't take it up, even if they did. Did you see that as a solution, or do you have other ideas?
Well, we know that immigration laws are antiquated. They're dysfunctional. And anybody that tries to enforce these antiquated immigration laws will fail. So I think the best thing to do is to get collaboration with our partners in Mexico, because most of the immigrants are not from Mexico. They're from South America and other places in the world. So two governments have to get together, be on the same page, create a common sense immigration, new reform. And I think that's the way to go. Rather than putting Band-Aids or border walls, we need to create legal work programs for the immigrants that are here already.
Do you see the federal government, I mean, you talk about working with Mexico, but the federal government working with Texas, or is this too ingrained in politics for there to be an actual solution?
Well, we have to understand that we have to follow the supremacy clause. Federal government immigration is a federal issue, and they have their duties. We're all Americans, but we have to follow the laws as they're described. Supremacy clause entitles federal government. The state supersedes local laws. And at the end, we have to look that everything ties up to humanitarian efforts.
Mr. Mayor, thank you very much. The Mayor of Laredo, Texas, Dr. Victor D. Trevino. We appreciate your time, sir.
Thank you. You're welcome.